Hello, everybody. This is Soccer Holden 13 coming at you with another fantasy football video for 2016. This is probably the last video I'm going to be doing because I've got my draft coming up on Tuesday, and don't think I'm going to be doing a whole lot of more advice before drafts. I mean, most of you have probably already done your draft, but if not, heed this advice. I'm going to tell you who my most undervalued player is in 2016 fantasy football based on mock drafts I've been doing on Fantasy Football Calculator. So the most undervalued player by far is Willie Snead of the New Orleans Saints. And let me explain why. You look at a couple different situations here. So Willie Snead is a wide receiver 2 on a high-powered offense. The Saints, much like Randall Cobb is a wide receiver 2 on the Packers, another high-powered offense. Dante Moncrief is in the same situation on the Colts, and to a lesser extent, you can make that case for Marvin Jones, not so much that the Lions are a high-powered offense, but he's in the same kind of situation where there's another receiver he's working with, Golden Tate, but he may actually end up being the better receiver, even though he's the wide receiver 2, technically. Although I think he may have beat him out for wide receiver 1 at the end of the preseason, but that's irrelevant. The point is, Snead should be in the same discussion as these other guys, and yet if you do mock drafts, he's going in like anywhere from the 9th round to the 11th round, and that's ridiculous. How is a guy with, and first of all, Snead, forget about the fact he's on the Saints and he's wide receiver 2, he's also just a good receiver in a vacuum, because if you look at it, he's had one of the best rates, one of the best catch rates last year. He doesn't drop balls, guys. He doesn't drop a whole lot of balls. Most recent preseason game against the Steelers, he caught 4 of 4. So all of his targets he caught, had 4 catches for 58 yards and a touchdown. He was Bree's favorite target in that game. This guy is going to have a breakout season, and you can get him in the 9th round or later. I mean, I'm completely scratching my head here. Why would I take Dante Moncrief in the 4th round or Marvin Jones in the 5th round, even though I do like those players, but why would I take them that high when I can just get Snead towards the end of the draft and get comparable production? I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. You have to target this guy in your fantasy drafts. I mean, at that price, what do you have to lose anyway? But like, it just is completely baffling me. And I think one of the reasons he may be going later than the other guys is simply because, well, number one, there's a smaller sample size with Snead. I mean, last year was really the last year he really did anything. The last year we really saw anything out of him. He still finished as a top 35 receiver last year, but he's going to have a much better season this year, believe me. It's going to be the Cooks and Snead show. I mean, I know that some people are saying, oh, Kobe Fleener and Michael Thomas are going to steal away targets, but I don't really think so, because Fleener has been very disappointing so far in the preseason. All the reports coming out have basically said he's having a hard time adjusting to that offense. I think Fleener's going to disappoint a lot of people that take him in a 5th round and expect him to be as good as Travis Kelce and Delaney Walker. It's not going to happen, I don't think, unless he can really get his act together and start learning the offense. Hard for a tight end to acclimate to a new offense on a new team. So I'm kind of down on Fleener this year, and I think that Michael Thomas, he's a rookie. Sure, he's filling in for that Marcus Colston role, but those guys are going to take a while to get their bearings right and actually really produce. I think early in the season especially, it's going to be all about Cooks and Snead, and I think that Snead is going to surprise a lot of people when he finishes with numbers that are close to Marvin Jones and Dante Moncrief. So target this guy late in your draft, and he may end up being one of the best picks. I certainly think that he will be the most undervalued player when it's all said and done. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know what you think about my pick here.